Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm gonna go ahead and finish up my story on my pregnancy and delivery experience. I thought I had added a clip of me finishing my story, but only some of it posted, which is when Walter interrupted me. Anyways, so that day I was really going through it. I was having a panic attack, not only because I was scared to fall asleep, because I had the sleep apnea and I had the headache. So there was just like so much going through my head. Like I felt like basically I was gonna die, like I stated. And I was just so unhealthy. Like my body could not handle like my weight, and like they did mess up my epidural. So fast forward to 2 more days later, I kept going into those panic attacks because I knew something was wrong with me. And like I knew that I was gonna have to get an epidural again in that same spot, but it's kind of like an epidural, but they actually draw the blood from your hand and then they put it right where the epidural is. And that blood, what it does is like the blood cells end up helping the tissue heal, you know? So and the epidural hurt so bad. Like Walter was holding me and I was crying, like crying. So but I definitely do recommend the epidural over the anesthesia that sleeps your whole body, you know, because sometimes people don't wake up from that. So I mean, yes, it was a horrible experience, but you know, it's kind of like a give and take, like it's at your own risk. So I went to go get the blood patch 3 days, like the third day after I had came home, and it didn't work. Oh no, I didn't do the blood patch first. The first treatment I did was this injection that they put into the IV, and that was literally so scary. My vision blurred up for like a whole hour, and I got a really bad stomach ache. They did tell me that it basically accelerates your heartbeat, and the other one, I don't know what, it's like 2 shots that they put, but basically it's supposed to make your body heal the tissue faster, you know? It sends out more blood cells, like you create more blood so it heals the tissue faster. I think that's how they explained it to me. And then the second treatment that I did, because that one didn't work, 2 days later I ended up going back, and no, it wasn't 2 days later. I went back the next day and I got the epidural blood patch. And then I waited another day to see if the blood patch would work. And on the 5th day, I went back and I told him, like, I'm freaking tired of this. Like, I'm tired. Like, I cry when I get up to go to the bathroom. I cry whenever I'm in the shower. Like, I'm not feeling like myself, and I can't even be with my baby. I was so sad because everybody, I don't know if I mentioned this on the other video, but everybody had already changed my baby's diaper. Everybody had already like dressed her, and I hadn't, because I couldn't get up from my bed. I couldn't even lift up my head, you know, and I just was feeling miserable. And I just kept looking up videos about the epidural dermapuncture and seeing like basically like other people's testimonies and other people's stories about it. And obviously I was traumatized, not only because not only because it hurts, and like everybody's healing period is different because it's your blood cells that heal it, you know? So after that I just decided to on one of the things it said that one girl took 19 weeks to heal, and so could you imagine, that's half of a year to heal from an epidural dermapuncture. I was so pissed. I was like, this cannot be me, because I have to get up from this bed. And on top of that, like my pregnancy experience was so bad, like in the sense that just a lot of things happened to me. So like I just could not afford to stay in bed for 19 weeks, you know? And so I went back and I got this shot in my IV, and it costed $1,500, and which I don't understand why I have to pay for it if you know, they did this to me. Yes, I did sign the waiver, but that doesn't mean take advantage of me, you know? Like, why am I having to pay for something that you guys messed up? you know? And not to mention that it's not the doctors, the anesthesiologist doctors that do the epidurals, but it's their nurses. So I was just very upset overall of my situation, because I was like, I cannot afford to be going through this, you know? Like, if my family couldn't have been there for me, like, what had I done? Like, if this happens to somebody that doesn't have family to help them, to somebody who's a single parent, like, what do, you know? Because, I mean, I had Walter to take care of the baby, and my family and his family, but, like, you know? Like, what if I didn't have anybody? Like, what? Then what? And so I was just upset. And then they told me that with that shot, I had to be in bed for 2 days and just rest. And actually, that was like, they told me in 48 hours you're gonna instantly feel the relief. And actually, once the clock hit 12, like from my 48 hours, I mean, like, I actually got up from bed and I was able to shower. I was able to feel like myself, and I couldn't believe it, you know? But also, they did tell me that I had to have very good like nutrition and stuff like that to help my body like heal faster. I was already eating healthier and stuff, so I'm sure that did have a huge impact on me. It took me 8 days in total to heal from it, and honestly, it was the worst experience. I hated that. It was just so traumatic. I think not only was it traumatic to me, but to my family, because I had never heard of it, you know? And then once I made this video, I noticed a lot of people started messaging me about it and saying that they went through the exact same thing. So I'm like, how come people don't tell me these things, you know? Like, I hear about labor stories, but nobody tells me about this, you know? I wish I would have known, because, I mean, at least I would have been prepared. It was just, even just thinking about it, it really rubs me the wrong way, because I'm like, it was just so much. And anyways, so oh yeah, by the way, I haven't had a sleep apnea attack, or I mean episode, since the day before. I can't remember when the last time was, but I already had the baby, you know, and I think I mentioned it in my video, but I did have my last one. I think it's been more than a month, I'm pretty sure. The baby was so little, probably 3 to 4 weeks since I've had it. I've already lost more than 50 pounds, and I'm gonna keep losing weight. I don't know if I told you guys, but I did join a nutrition program, and I actually became a distributor for it because I loved the program so much, and it helped me lose so much weight. I'm down more than 50 pounds. I'm not exactly sure how much, because I like weigh myself one day, like in the mornings. You get the most accurate results because you haven't put anything in your stomach. So, you know, like after that you have to wait until your body like burns off the food and the energy. So I do have my 6-week postpartum visit on Tuesday, and I'm also gonna be getting on birth control then. I think I'm gonna do the Paragard, because it's the one without the hormones, and I just don't want to gain any weight. I know that they do say that you do end up bleeding heavy or whatever, but I'd rather that than gain weight, because I worked so hard to keep this weight off. Also, I cannot afford to gain weight, you know. I'm trying so hard, and I've completely changed my lifestyle. Like, I had done stuff to lose weight before, and I had only lost a little bit of weight, but now that I'm like very serious and very committed, and I've found a program that actually fits for me, I've actually lost so much weight, and I've actually helped other people lose weight. So I cannot afford to gain weight. Another thing is that I've been staying at my mom's house and at my house. Like, I'm between both of the houses, because she does help me a lot whenever Walter works. So I mean, she's about to be on Sunday, which is tomorrow. She's gonna be a month and a half, because it's already been 6 Sundays tomorrow since she was born. And it's actually, she's doing really good, but My brother did test positive for the flu the other day, so I'm trying to stay away from, keep her away from him, you know, because she could potentially get sick and I just don't want that. She's so little and she can't have medication, so I'm trying to keep her away from anybody or any germs that could cause her to not feel good. Also, it's been going pretty smooth. My mom does help me a lot while Walter goes to work, like I was saying. She helps me with the baby at night because my baby has her schedule backwards. Since when I was pregnant, I would try to stay up during the night and sleep during the day. So she does have her schedule like that still. I need to get her on track, but right now, though she has had fever the past 2 days, only up to 99.3 was her highest. Actually, no, her highest was 99.5, but it still isn't considered like a fever. She had a mild fever and it went away without medication, so they just tell me to keep an eye on her. It's so hard while your babies are little because not only can they not take medicine, but they can't tell you how they're feeling, you know? They can't express like what hurts or like what is making them feel a certain way. So it's very hard. And every time like something's wrong with my baby, I will rush her to the hospital. I do not care. Even if I go and they're like, oh, it's nothing, you know, like at least I went and made sure that she's well taken care of, because I cannot afford for her to be sick, you know, or like not even just sick, like anything to happen to her. I suffered so much during 9 months to be able to have her, and I suffered so much after my delivery for her to be here, so I can not afford for her to go through anything else, you know. Overall, I know people did send me messages saying like, if your experience was so bad, like why are you wanting to have another kid? Because I understand what you're trying to tell me, but I don't want Inoa to be an only child, because she, you know, we all kind of need somebody, and my siblings to me mean everything, and so I don't want to take that away from her. I even told Walter, like, maybe we can have 2 and then adopt the 3rd one if you really want to have 3 kids, but I don't know if I can have 3, like, you know, from me, you know, because it's so much. It takes so much, and I've told Walter, like, 2 max, but if you really want a 3rd one, we can adopt a baby. I'm excited, though, because she's growing and she's learning, like, so rapidly. I'm shocked because she's so little, but she knows so much. She's really good at, like, whenever she doesn't want something, like, I can tell because she makes it very clear to me with the way she reacts and stuff. So it's going good. Right now she's sleeping. She didn't sleep at all last night, and she had a mild fever, so she's sleeping right now and resting. They did tell me that a lot of rest is what's going to help her start to feel better. So, yes. I don't know if there's anything else I forgot or want to mention. And, oh yeah, another question that people asked me was if I was going to be getting the epidural next time if I decide to have another baby, since I talked about wanting another baby. And the answer is yes, because if I have another baby, it's going to have to be a C-section, since I already had a C-section. And that being said, I do not want to go under the anesthesia that makes you your whole body asleep, because sometimes people don't wake up from that. So I don't want to risk that, you know. At least the epidural, if I do have an epidural dermapuncture again, I know that with treatment and stuff like that, I can heal faster and stuff like that. Like, I know what works for my body now after my first experience. But if you don't wake up from the anesthesia, like, what are you going to do? There's nothing you can do, you know? So, yes, I would be getting an epidural again if I do decide to have another baby. And I think that's it. It's so hard for the girl whenever you're pregnant. It's so hard. I underestimated pregnancy. Well, at least my experience was very rough. I don't know. A lot of people have really great experiences. Like my mom, she was able to work through her 3 pregnancies the whole 9 months and then go to work like a week after she had the baby. So my experience was very different. I definitely underestimated pregnancy. I didn't think it was going to be anything like this. And props to all the moms. Also, this also helps me, this also helps me value health a lot more. This experience overall makes me want to take care of myself a lot more. Like now I value health way more than I ever did in my life. I cannot express how much I didn't care about my body and what I was putting into it, but now I care about it 100%. Like I know that during my pregnancy, since I was eating so poorly, that's why I would end up in the hospital for things, because I was not taking care of my body how I needed to, you know? And I definitely should have taken care of my body the most during that time, and I didn't. I blew it. But at least now I know for next time and for the rest of my life I have to take care of myself. So yes, I recommend you 3 things, guys. 1, take care of your body during your pregnancy. Don't eat everything you crave. Don't do everything people tell you to do. Just like eat healthy and take care of yourself. And 2 is rest so much during a pregnancy, because once you have your baby, everything changes. Like you have no time, you know? Like thankfully I have time right now because I have my family helping me and my husband helping me, and the first month we also had Walter's brother helping me, and he's now in Mexico, so I had so much help. So take advantage of that and sleep so much. And then 3, plan your pregnancies. I cannot express that enough. Plan it. Like plan your pregnancy, because I wish I would have planned. I did plan my baby and everything, but I did not know, you know, I didn't have my head wrapped around the idea like of what being pregnant is like. And on top of that, like I didn't understand it. Like I just thought like, oh, people are like too much. Like they're saying that pregnancy's hard, that pregnancy's this. And no, it is way harder than I thought. And I thought like if she can do it, then I can do it too. But that's definitely not a good way to view things, you know? A lot of people can do things, a lot of people can't do things, and that's just not a good way to see things. But now I understand why people say like when you're pregnant you have one foot on earth and the other one in heaven, you know? Because like you don't know, like you just don't know. And I think that wraps up the rest of this part 2. I'm just so thankful that I healed from my epidural dermapuncture. I felt like I was going to be disabled for the rest of my life, so that's why I say it like this. Also, I am so thankful that I had my family. Without them, I would not be where I am. And I am glad I'm able to share this experience with you guys, just in case nobody knew about these things. Now you know, because I wish I would have known. And yeah, I mean, I didn't look at videos for the epidural anyways, but I should have, because I was just like, oh, it's 0 out of, I mean, like 1 out of a million chances that they can fuck up your epidural, and guess what? They fucked up mine. So, you know, here I am now, and I'm so much better. But anyways, thank you guys for watching my video. If you guys can subscribe down below and give this video a thumbs up. Also, oh yeah, I don't know if I told you guys, but once we hit 500 subscribers, then I will be doing a giveaway, and it'll be for the value of $100. The price will be a value of $100, you know? So I'm planning to do a wallet for girls or a wallet for men, whoever wins. So if you are subscribed to this channel, you will automatically be entered. And I'm just gonna do, like, you know, on the emails where it says like who subscribed to the channel. I'm going to put everybody's name, and then I'm just going to draw it and then announce it at the end of my video once I've hit the 500 subscribers. And if you don't live locally, that's fine. I will be shipping it out. And if you do live locally, because I did notice on my analytics that most of my followers or subscribers live here in my town. If you do, like, I can meet up and give it to you, or I can send it to you also. But yeah, so subscribe to my channel, give this video a like, and comment something. If you're a mom, comment that you're a mom and what really impacted you during pregnancy. And if you're not a mom, tell me what you're scared of. Whenever you have your first pregnancy, tell me what you're scared of. I would like to know. And thank you guys for watching my video, and until next time.